Hey YouTube, this is Tonya Gatson, and I'm just going to give you a little bit about myself and where I started and where I am now. So here we go. So where should I begin? Well, first, I am currently a 31-year-old, and I started out in college where I come from SOC, represent. And I graduated, and I went to college, Mountain View, and I didn't graduate, so. But anyways, from there, I kind of, was here and there and exploring and doing things, not like things like that, but like, So I started out working in a daycare, a learning center. I guess there's a difference. And I worked there for 17 years, working with kids, working with different people and coworkers. Had the best boss ever at the learning center. So that was my first job ever. And yeah, I loved it. Love what I did. Love what I was doing. And I learned a lot from that first job. From people and how to deal with certain situations, and just learning from kids and working with kids in general. And that in itself was a challenge because I wasn't that person that, always talked a lot. I would more so watch and listen than talk. But working in that learning center helped me to stand in my own power and stand up for myself and learn how to, be the person that I already was and am. And throughout the years, I grew and became a main teacher, and that in itself was a challenge. So, but I loved what I was doing in that particular area of my life. 14 years, y'all, working in the learning center. 14 years. And that was the only job that I ever had. Ever. Ever. So, and I was pretty older than I am now. I mean, not older, but younger than I am now. So, I was like 18 or something. In my 20s, I think, when I first started my job. So, yeah, I know. I'm a little late, but that's okay. But anyways, I was kind of nervous because I had to resign after 14 years. So that was a new experience because I've never experienced anything other than what I was doing at the time. So I never had any experience of going out there into the world and meeting new people. That was a challenge as well because I'm not really a social person, so but I'm thankful and grateful because my dad gave me that push that I needed to, be like, we needed money at the time, so like but yeah, he was like, yeah, you need to get another job, get more experience. And that was scary for me because I'm like, I don't know how to do anything else. But it was like, I tried it, and I guess it worked out okay. So my first job I started at, actually it was Amazon, and then I resigned from that job, and then I went to FedEx, and then I resigned from that job because I didn't like it too much. They didn't like me, or I didn't like them. And then I went to UPS, I think, or Amazon, one of the two. Then I went back to FedEx. So in that period of my life, I was gaining and then receiving. And in myself, I know I'm that type of person that can, when I stick to something, when I am dedicated to something, I'm going to do it. And it was hard for me to experience rejection, because I don't know, like, how you gonna let go of somebody like me that comes to work every day, that does their job and do what they're supposed to do, and is dedicated and happy to do it. So in that part of my life, I experienced rejection, which is something I've never experienced before, because I've always seemed to have like a sense of favor and grace over my life, and that doesn't come from anybody but God. So I think there is a reason why I had to experience that sense of rejection, because that is something that I've never experienced before. And I had to learn that in life, things will happen, and you're going to have to learn and have the mental capacity to learn how to adjust your mind to certain situations that life will bring. And in that moment, I was not prepared. I wasn't. So I'm like, I'm crying and I'm like, really? Like, you gonna let go? I didn't know what to do, honestly. And I'm like, how am I gonna get back on my feet after experiencing something like this? Like, how do you, like, am I not doing enough, or am I not, you know? So it's like, I'm like, okay. So, but in that section and part of my life, I had to learn different things. I had to learn about myself. I had to learn about life. And yeah, so, but it taught me a lot, just learning from other people and getting out there and experiencing what life has to offer, and God teaching me, and me learning what it is to be human, and knowing that you don't have to be perfect at everything, you know. And I heard this saying on a cartoon where it says, if you go throughout your life only doing the things that you're good at, you will never learn anything. You can never experience all that life has to offer you. And that was kind of my mindset at the time, because I'm always doing something that I'm comfortable with, you know, and not trying to do something because I feel like in my mind, okay, what if I fail? What if I mess it up? And that was my mentality at the time. Like, I would never try something new because I didn't want to mess up, or I didn't want to get it wrong, or I didn't want to disappoint somebody else because I didn't get it right. So in that, I had to learn rejection. And in that, I learned that it's okay. You can mess up. You can allow people to judge you because that's their opinion, and that's fine. But it's what I see about myself and what I know, what I'm capable of. So yeah, like I said, I'm grateful, I'm thankful that in that time of my life that I learned a lot about myself and about life. And I realize now that we don't have time to be judging other people and trying to fix other people when there's so much that needs to be fixed in ourselves. There's so much that we need to get in order with ourselves. And so during a couple of years ago, and this year of 2023 going into 2024, there was a lot of things that was going on, a lot of changes, a lot of ups and downs, and whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm getting, I'm receiving, and then it's being taken away from me. Like, okay, what is going on? What is going on? Like, I get something and then it gets taken away from me. And then this goes back to another story in Job, in the book of Job in the Bible, and how he was a man of God. Like, he was one of those people that you would think that has everything, and technically he did. And then there was the devil trying to be like, man, you only happy because you got stuff. So that was the devil's mindset, was he only happy because he got something. And God was like, nah, bro. Like, he's a genuine person. Yes, he has these things. Yes, I have blessed him with these things. But he loves me. He loves me because of who I am, not because of what I have given him. And so God was like, okay, I'm going to test Job. And I'm going to show you, devil, that Job is a genuine praiser. Job loves me for me. You can do whatever you want to do with him, but don't take his life. So the devil, tested Job, took everything he had from him. But in that, can you imagine having everything swept off from under you? Just like that. Family, money, job, cars and clothes, all the material things that we think are important, when it's really not. Not in a spiritual sense, but in a physical sense, yeah, we need these things to survive, to live our life. And in that, Job had everything taken away from him. And the devil's probably sitting over like, see, now he gonna curse you. Yeah, now he gonna walk away from you, God, because I took this away from him. Yeah. And that was the whole purpose of the devil, trying to put all this doubt and trouble in Job's life, so he would think that, oh, Job is gonna curse God's name. And in that situation, Job never once cursed God's name. Yes, it was hurting. Yes, it was a challenge for Job. I mean, he's human. We're all human. When things happen, sometimes we complain. Sometimes we're like, oh my God, what is going on? And yes, Job, he did those things. But in it, he never gave up the praise. Because what is taken can also be given, and what is given can also be taken. And so I can kind of, understand where Job is coming from. Now I understand that in any situation, in anything, I will continue to bless the name of the Lord. And I won't stop. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say it was times where I was just always clapping my hands, because it wasn't like that. It was times where I had given up on God. It was times where I stopped going to church. Because it just, in my mind, I was just depressed, and my mind is just getting the best of me, I was getting the best of myself. And in all those situations, God never gave up on me. Ever. Even though we may stray and walk away from God and abandon God, but he seems to never drop us. You know how we say, like, we gonna, I'm gonna ghost this person. God never seems to ghost us. I mean, he created us, he loves us. And why can't we do the same for him? And sometimes I think, like, how can you love me that much? Why? I mean, it just, I can't comprehend it. How much God loves us. And that brings me back to the point where I'm just like, even in all the things that I have been given and things that have been, taken away or let go of, God continues to still bless me. So I need to continue to do the same for him. And I pray to God, I asked him to help me to never forget what you've done for me. Help me to never stop praising you. And I'm not saying I get on my knees every day. But when I can, I say thank you, God. Thank you. And in all that, that's why I do what I do. And I want to do what I do. I want to encourage people, uplift people, because in all that I have experienced throughout my life and beyond, like I've always had people in my life to encourage me, to uplift me, to never give up on me, ever. And in that's a blessing. Yeah, we're going to have naysayers, and that's okay. Because we can learn from them too, just like we learn from the people that are always uplifting us. We can learn from the naysayers too, because they're human too. They go through things too. So that is the whole point of what I'm doing on my YouTube channel, is to inspire and encourage and uplift people any way that I can. And I've been doing that on my other platforms, where I just get thoughts, where I just write things, like little things down that come to me. And I write it down, little words that I put together and encourage people. And I post it on my Instagram. And whatever encouraging little pictures. And I also draw as well. So, and I find drawing very comforting. She might help me with that. So yeah, but that is about it. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But this is me, Tonya Gatson. This is what my channel is going to be about. And as I encourage you and uplift you and inspire you and shed some light into your life, I encourage you to do the same. Look inside yourself. Find the part of you that is beautiful. And in doing that, shed some light and encouragement on somebody else. Okay? Be a blessing. Find your purpose and do the same for somebody else who really needs it. Even if they tell you they don't, continue. It's not going to be easy, because sometimes life in itself is not easy. It's not. I can tell you for a fact. It's some days where I just don't want to get up out of bed. I don't want to even look at myself. I don't want to look at you, but I'm just scared that. But yeah, this is what my channel is going to be about. And I hope you guys come in, view me, see what I'm all about. And I see you there.